Chapter 4. The Fox and the Stranger. The path grew narrower as Hiro followed Ryu through the forest. The sunlight barely reached through the thick canopy above, leaving the world around them in a soft, greenish haze. Hiro noticed how quiet it had become. The only sounds were the rustling leaves and their footsteps on the soft ground. "Where are we going now?" Hiro asked, breaking the silence. "To a place where I grew up," Ryu replied. "I want to show you something important." They walked in silence for a while until they reached a small clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood an ancient shrine, its wooden frame covered in moss and vines. Though the structure looked old and worn, there was a certain elegance to it, as if it had been built with great care long ago. "What is this place?" Hiro asked, stepping closer. "It's a shrine to the fox spirits," Ryu said softly. "To my kind. It hasn't been used in years, but it still holds power." Hiro ran his fingers over the worn wood of the shrine, feeling a faint hum of energy beneath his fingertips. "It's beautiful," he said, looking back at Ryu. Ryu smiled faintly but didn't respond. Instead, he knelt before the shrine, bowing his head in silent reverence. Hiro watched, feeling like an outsider in a world he barely understood. As Ryu stood again, his expression grew serious. "Hiro, there's something you need to know. My family. They won't like that I've brought you here." Hiro frowned. "Why not?" "They don't trust humans," Ryu explained. "To them, humans are dangerous, greedy. They destroy what they don't understand." Hiro's chest tightened at Ryu's words. "But I'm not like that. I would never hurt this place or you." "I know," Ryu said, his golden eyes softening. "But convincing them will be difficult." Hiro opened his mouth to respond, but a sudden rustling in the bushes made him freeze. He turned, his heart racing. "What was that?" Ryu stepped in front of Hiro, his posture tense. "Stay behind me." From the shadows of the trees emerged a tall figure, cloaked in dark robes. The stranger's face was hidden by a hood, but their presence was overwhelming, like a heavy storm cloud pressing down on the clearing. "Ryu," the stranger said, their voice low and commanding. "You've brought a human here." Hiro felt a chill run down his spine. The stranger's tone was cold, almost accusing. Ryu didn't flinch. "He's not like the others. He means no harm." The stranger stepped closer, and Hiro could finally see their face. Sharp features, pale skin, and eyes that glowed faintly like embers. "This forest is no place for humans," the stranger said, their gaze fixed on Hiro. "You've broken the balance by bringing him here." "I haven't broken anything," Ryu said firmly. "He was chosen by the forest." The stranger's eyes narrowed. "That doesn't mean he belongs here." Hiro felt anger rise in his chest. "I'm standing right here, you know? Maybe you could stop talking about me like I'm not." The stranger's gaze snapped to Hiro, and for a moment, Hiro regretted speaking. But he held his ground, meeting the stranger's fiery eyes. "You're brave. I'll give you that," the stranger said, a faint smirk playing on their lips. "But bravery won't protect you in this place." "I don't need protecting," Hiro said, his voice steady. The stranger raised an eyebrow, amused. "We'll see about that." "Enough," Ryu said, stepping between them. "Hiro is under my protection. If you have a problem with that, you'll have to deal with me." The stranger studied Ryu for a long moment before letting out a low chuckle. "Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you, little fox." With that, the stranger turned and melted back into the shadows, leaving the clearing eerily silent once more. Hiro let out a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. "Who was that?" Ryu's shoulders relaxed, but his expression remained tense. "A spirit who doesn't trust humans. There are many like them here. You'll need to be careful." Hiro nodded, though his heart still raced. "I'm not afraid," he said, more to convince himself than Ryu. Ryu turned to him, his golden eyes searching Hiro's face. "You should be. This isn't a game, Hiro. If you stay, you're putting yourself in danger." "I don't care," Hiro said, his voice firm. "I want to understand your world. I want to understand you." Ryu's expression softened, and for the first time, Hiro saw a flicker of something vulnerable in his gaze. "Then I'll stay by your side," Ryu said quietly. No matter what happens, Hiro felt a warmth spread through his chest at Ryu's words. Despite the danger, despite the warnings, he knew he had made the right choice.